thought I would, I'm going to be scaling up some of my Christmas yarns ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the 1st of July. I'm currently working on this sock here, my blueberry ribbed waffle sock, and I'm working my way down the foot. You can see how much progress I've made this evening. So hopefully I can either get this to the toe tonight or finish tomorrow. So that'll be another thing ticked off. But here is a rather jolly Christmas bag that I've got out. I don't know who it's by actually. It doesn't, I'm just having a look, sorry. It doesn't say anywhere. So I can't remember who it's by, but this rather lovely Christmas bag. And inside is all the Christmas yarn that I selected. So, here we go. Oh, what have I done? Do you know, I don't know how people do it. I'm trying to hold this with one hand. Right, so we've got this one, this one, this one, this one, and what did that one go with? That one went with that one, and that one went with that one. Right, so here are all the yarns I've got. I'm going to allocate these to members of my family, and then decide just take up a couple for this week. So I think my husband is going to like these ones, these lovely dark green ones with a pop of red. So they're for my husband, and I'm not going to cake that one up first because he's got the biggest feet and I just can't be bothered. So his is not going to be first. So I'm going to put that back in my bag, ready for another week. I can't do this with one hand, guys. This is rather hard. Right, so then I have got these four. One of my daughters loves pink and one loves purple. So I'm thinking that's probably the pinkest. So that might be for daughter. I've got three daughters, so we've got one is the oldest, two is the middle, three is the youngest. So I think I'm going to do this for number 2 because she likes pink. So they will be her socks. It's all attached. Right, and that's already caked up. So actually I can start those. So that's a bonus. So I'm going to start those tomorrow. So I've got 3 left. One for daughter number 1, the oldest, one for me, and one for the youngest. So I'm going to go with this one for the youngest because she loves purple. That's that lovely one from Giddy Yarns. Mr. Badger. No, I think this is Wind in the Willows. I think I ordered a Wind in the Willows set. I think I did because I thought I liked it and I ordered it. I don't think that's a Christmas yarn. I think that is a Wind in the Willows yarn. But it doesn't matter. It looks Christmassy. I'm going with it. There were badgers at Christmas. They were there were badgers at Christmas. I'm sure there were. Tropes in the desert with the camels. So I'm going to go for this one for daughter number 3. Yeah, daughter number 3. But I'm not going to cake that one up, I don't think, because I don't fancy working on that one just yet. So I've got 2 left, one for daughter number 1 and one for me. Selfishly, I'm going to go for this one because blue is my favourite colour and I really like Molly's yarn from a Homespun House. So I am going to have this one for me. So over there, and then this one will be for daughter number 1, and I'm going to cake this one up as well because well, she likes green, so that's fine, but because she's also got big feet, so at least if I can get one of the big-footed people done first. This is really drapey. What? It doesn't tell me. Does it tell me what it is? Yeah, it's just 75. Come on. Oh, I don't mind. Why am I tapping on the yarn? I've got to tap on the camera. Yes, 75.25, but it is particularly drapey. Anyway, that's going to be for daughter number 1. So I'm going to cake that one up. That one's already caked. And these will be the 2 that I cast on tomorrow for Christmas in July. And then I'll do these others as we go along. Lovely jubbly. busy train.
Yeah.
I'm not used to talking in public. But we're going to Totnes yarn shopping today. I look really close to the camera. Totnes yarn shopping today. I've got my knitting.
I've got mine. It's in my bag, but I'm drinking a coffee. Looking
Beautiful
at the
view. Can you see that? Maybe.
Yeah.
Sun's on my eyes. But we'll vlog a little bit during the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Show you what we get.
Yeah, exciting.
Do that, couldn't we? Yeah.
All right. Hello, we're in Totnes, sitting by the river, having a lovely bit of cake, drink and a bit of knitting. I've got Cherie here with me, making myself look pretty. I'm doing her knitting. What are you working on?
I have got my Christmas socks, Christmas in July. This is a Mr. and Mrs. Rabbit. This is really old actually, old stash. In the colourway Noel, and I've got the other one already cast on. I've nearly finished that one, so 9-inch circulars. Oh.
We've got a little friendly seagull who's been sat with us, annoying us.
Yeah.
I keep getting messages on my phone, just gonna keep flicking those away. We've had a lovely day, having lunch, cake, buying yarn.
Yeah. Having a look in the market. They've got a really nice market here, haven't they?
Yeah, we bought a nice linen top each.
Yeah.
If we get a chance to show you our stashes when we get to the station, we will. It's a bit busy here, and we're going to head off soon anyway.
Yeah.
But if not, I'll show you mine later, and you can just head over to Cherie's podcast later to watch hers.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just enjoying the last bit of sun before it goes behind the trees, and then we'll be heading off to the station. So yeah, see you later. Hey, so I'm back from my day with Cherie. Yeah, back in my grotty home clothes again, straight out of the nice things I was wearing and into the grotty clothes. We didn't get a chance to show you our haul. There were just too many noisy people and seagulls around. So I am going to do mine now, show you what I bought today, and yeah, Cherie will probably put hers on her podcast. We had a lovely day. We got the train into Totnes, and then we went to a nice little cafe, which you've probably already seen. Yeah, I'm trying to work out which order I'm going to put this up in. You'll probably have already seen that. Went to a nice little cafe, shared a bit of cake, had a drink, and then we went into Knit, which is a shop that I think is also in Bristol. What is that on the floor over there? It's either the biggest spider in the world or the cats have been eating my houseplants again. I'm just going to keep an eye on that in case it moves. Yeah. Went into Knit, met up with Clara, who works in Knit. She's part-time in there, but I know Clara from my Gansey knitting days. And then we, bought some yarn. Then we went for a lovely lunch, and I had pizza and Cherie had soup. Then we walked back down the high street and bought a little cake and a drink and sat by the river for about an hour, just sort of knitting and chatting and eating cake. So then got the train home again. So it's a really lovely day, beautiful weather. I just love spending time with her. So I'll show you what I bought now. All very exciting. Right, so here is my bag. And for all of those interested, it's not a giant spider or a piece of houseplant. It was actually, here we go. Let me go. It was actually some yarn ends that the cats had decided to take off the couch and throw on the other side of the room. So, yeah, no worries here. Right, let me just move that. That's the project I took with me. That inside so we don't get spoilers. So, yeah, I went to Knit, and obviously they sell Kalana there, so that's the bag I'm using. And, oh no, that was a present from my daughter in Barcelona. She been in Barcelona this week, and she brought me back this really beautiful lizard. If you can see him properly. There we go. You can hang him up on the wall. So I will, I'll hang him up. But he's quite pretty, isn't he? So just move him over there. Right, so I bought, I did have a list and I knew what I wanted. So I bought, where is it? Here we go. Peer Gynt Tweed, one of the Petite Knit colourways. It's like a worsted Aran weight. So yeah, that's it there, the almond tweed. And where does it say the stuff? Here. 50 grams is 91 meters, and it's 95% wool and 25% tweed. I think that probably means in Norwegian. Oh yeah, here it is in English. 75% Norwegian wool and 25% Peruvian tweed, produced in Norway by Sandesgarn. Yeah, 50 grams is 91 meters. So that's quite beautiful. And I've got 10 skeins of those, which isn't going to be enough. I'm going to need a few more. But I'm going to make like a thick woolly cardigan with that in the winter. So that was on my plan to get. I also got, I got 2 of these. Where's the other one? Let me find it. Not that you need to see both, but they are. Well, hang on. I'm getting lots of tweed out. I'm getting lots of tweed out. Tweed, 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 tweed. That's my stash. Oh, I want the other one of these. There it is. So I have treated myself with some Cardiff cashmere. 100% cashmere. It's not showing you properly. Let me just keep it still. It might work. There we go. I keep tapping the thing instead on my screen. There we go. 100% cashmere. 24. Oh God, I can't keep still. Sorry, it's probably making you sick. 25 grams is 110 meters. And I've got 2 skeins in this really, really beautiful red color. It's not quite as orange on screen. In real life, it's a little more cherry red, but I wonder if it has the colour on it actually. I don't know. I can't see. But these are hoping to be a Sophie scarf, or maybe not a Sophie scarf, but some sort of small scarf. But isn't that absolutely beautiful? And it feels divine. So that was a little treat, but I've only got 2 balls and it's going to be a mini scarf. And then you can probably see my next purchases. So that you don't need to see the receipt. So I also bought some Ficolana Alvetta in 3 fabulous colours. Here we go. In these 3 colours here, oh, that's coming apart. These 3 colours here. And Alvetta is a 80% superwash merino nylon sock yarn, fingering weight, and this is the colour 251. This is the colour 250, and this is the colour 957. My plan is to make socks with these stripy socks, and basically I will do like a stripe of yellow, stripe of grey, stripe of green, then back to the grey, back to the yellow, back to the grey, back to the green. So really bright and fun socks for summer. I think I'm going to take these and cast them on in sometime in August when I finish my Christmas in July. But they are going to be super fun, bright socks. So I got those. Those over there. And then the last thing I bought was a shoppel ball. It's just a small shoppel thing. Just a small one. It's a 50-gram one. Oh look, it's got a little card, look. That's quite cool. Where is it? That's what it looks like knitted up. It's a small 50-gram one, colour 2511. Is that what that means? I don't know actually which one is colour. But yeah, it's really pretty. It's got all those lovely colours in it. I've not had one of these before, so this is going to be a pair of socks hopefully in August. So that's exciting too. And that's all I got in knit, but I did go into a little yarn shop on the high street. Not a yarn shop, a fabric shop. Just creative crafts, needlework and fabric. And bought these like 42 squares of 100% cotton, 2.5 inch mini squares. Hello Poppy. And it's all these sort of beautiful sort of colours and shapes and flowers and things like that. So my plan is to knit or crochet one half of a cushion and then do a little patchwork in these in the other half and just make a really pretty cushion for my couch. So yeah, that's my plan with those. I thought that was a bit of fun. Yeah, so that was everything that I got today. I will catch up with you again later in the week to talk about have a look at my progress.
Hello and welcome to week 6 roundup of my summer sock camp. My goodness, totally lost words. So yeah, today is Sunday, 6 weeks post summer sock camp, and it's the 5th of July today. I can't believe we're already over halfway through the year and in July, but there you go, time flies. And yeah, I'll give you a quick recap of what I've been working on this week and where I got to, and setting my goals for next week. I hope you've enjoyed this week's vlog. It's been it's been a good one. Been out and done some lovely things, so it's nice to be here. So let's start with this one. So where are we? So this is my James Makes yarn one in the colour Flying Saucers. You've obviously seen these now for several weeks. You're going to get bored of them, but we're nearly there, nearly finished them. So I had finished the first sock, and I had, where was I? Have I put a marker on this? No, I think I just cast on the second. And I wanted to get through, where was I? I haven't put a marker on this. Maybe I can't remember where I was. I know I wanted to get through the gusset stitches, so that's what I've done. So this is the That Precious Skein Socks by Becky Dixon. 64 stitches, 2.25mm DPNs, 15 rounds of ribbing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 repeats of the pattern, slip stitch heel, and I'm just knitting on towards the toe now. I want these finished by next week, so that'll be another pair ticked off. But yeah, so I'm through the gusset. Am I through the gusset? Yeah, I am through the gusset. So I'd really like these finished by next week, so that shouldn't take too long. So, and that'll be another one ticked off the list. I do like finishing projects. It's very satisfying. Right, next one. Again, I know you've seen some of these for like a few weeks now, but I am making progress. Right, next one, let's do this one. So I'm trying to remember what I said, where I said I'd be at for last week. So these are my Mamie and Florrie socks in the colour Beau Morris. And that's this fantastic blue one here. You may have seen me knitting on these. I took these out for the day with Cherie on Friday. So I was knitting on these ones. And I know I've got a marker on here. Yeah. So I was here. I was just past the gusset stitches on this one and I wanted to finish it. So I have finished the first sock, and these are 2.5mm needles, 15 rounds of ribbing, 64 stitch cast on, 20 rows, got my little markers, 20 rows for the leg, and then a slip stitch heel and a wedge toe. And I wanted to finish this one and cast on the second. But I have gone a little bit better. Let me just remove the needle that shouldn't be there. I've cast on the second and I'm already through the leg and I have started on the heel. So that's a bonus. So for next week, I would like to be through the gusset stitches. So finish the heel, through the gusset. And yeah, I'd like to have done that by next week. So you'll probably see these for at least another week. So let's put those ones away. I am enjoying so many different projects. Like I'm really finding it satisfying just having a variety of socks that I can just pick up whenever I want. I haven't been knitting on much else. I did pick up a top that I'm working on last night actually. I fancy something a bit different, but I am really enjoying working on these socks. So these socks are in my Bird Street yarn, Wisteria. No, that's the wrong way up. I was back to front, maybe, I don't know. Wisteria Lane colourway. Here it is in all its beauty. Really, really pretty colourway. And I'm on the first sock, and I wanted to be through the gusset stitches, and I am. So I cast these on. So these are cast on with 64 stitches, 2.5mm needles, 20 rounds of ribbing. It's the Hermione Everyday Sock pattern. Really pretty, just some knits and pearls, a slip stitch heel, and I was here last time just at the bottom of the pattern and I wanted to get through the gusset stitches and I finished that last night. So I am, yeah, just literally just finished the gusset stitches and no more. So I'd like to get this sock finished as well and the second one cast on. But I'm really enjoying these two colours together, really enjoyed this pattern. I haven't done the pattern down the foot. Partially because I just couldn't be bothered. It's turned hot again and I'm just not in the mood for concentrating on patterns. So I've done the pattern for the leg and then I haven't bothered for the foot. But that's fine because you only really, when I'm wearing these in like trainers and stuff, you only see sort of that bit there. So it looks quite cool. But yeah, super pleased with those. So they're still on the first sock, but hopefully I'll have the second one cast on by next week. Another one that you've seen before is my, where are we? Where's the label? These are my Camel's Yarn socks. So that's what the cuff of the previous ones are knitted in. The Camel's Yarn in the colour Glendurgan. It's a BFL sock. And here it is. Really beautiful. Put it in front of my face. It might, there we go, focus better. Beautiful olive green with lots of different specks of colour in it. And I wanted to finish the first sock, I think. Yeah, I have. So these are cast on with the Wisteria Lane colourway that was on the previous socks, and these are on 2.25mm needles, 20 rounds of ribbing, 64 stitch cast on. This is the blueberry ribbed waffle pattern, slip stitch heel, and again I've only done the pattern on the leg, I haven't done it on the foot. And then yeah, here's where I was last time, just at the end of the gusset stitches, and I have knit down and finished the toe and done a wedge toe. And so really happy with that first sock. It looks enormous. It isn't. I'm a size UK 6, and I promise you it does fit me. It just looks ridiculously long. So I finished the first sock and I have literally cast on the second one. So I've done about 3 rounds of ribbing. So I think what's realistic for me. Oh, what have I... You know when you have a brain fart? I've cast on in the wrong colour, haven't I? I need the Wisteria Lane, so I can't cast on the next one of these until I finish the first sock of Wisteria Lane. So I will finish, I'll just rip that out. I will finish the sock in the Wisteria Lane, then I will use that to cast on this one, then I will use this to cast on the other one to do the ribbing, and then I can work on the socks. So I can't work on this one for a little while. So actually, next week, I think I just want to have done the ribbing on the second sock. I think that's realistic. By the time I've got to wait for the other one to be finished, I think I just want to get through the ribbing, and maybe I've just like done one pattern repeat or something. Yeah, so that's the plan for that one, which means I need to finish the sock, the previous sock, the Wisteria Lane sock, the Hermione Everyday sock. I need to have finished the first one and ideally done the cuff on the second. Okay, that was a bit foolish of me. I didn't even cross my mind that I was doing a different cuff completely. There's me casting it all on, thinking I'm ahead of myself. Good job I hadn't done much more than a couple of rows, or I'd have been a little frustrated. So those are the 4 projects that I've got left from June that still need to be finished, and I think maybe 2, maybe at least 2 should be hopefully, it would be nice if 2 were completely finished. No, that's not what I said, was it? Anyway, those are the ones left over from June. So I'm still working on those a little bit, but I have moved on to Christmas in July. And I have 2 projects on the go. Changed my mind slightly. So the first project I've cast on, and I can't find the label for it anywhere, is a Giddy Yarn colourway. And I can't remember what it's called, but because I can't find the label. But it's in this mini and this main colour. Really, really beautiful. You can see it's like, it is a blue, but it's a blue purple. Yeah, it's a really purpley blue, and it's got speckles of maroon in it, and yeah, some bits and whatever, paler bits, and this is a real ice blue. Really, really pretty. So these are the first, and they were a Christmas. I got them as a 4 skeins of Advent a couple of years ago. 4 weekends, the 4 weekends of Advent. Yeah. And it was one of those. So I have cast on and done in 64 stitches, 2.5mm DPNs. I've done 20 rounds of the ribbing, and I've literally just started in the blue. Yeah, literally just started those. So I plan to do 30 rounds of legs for each of my Christmas socks. If you didn't watch the previous one, or I mentioned earlier, I'm sure I did, and it's socks for each member of my family. So I need to do 5 pairs of socks. So this will be for one of my daughters. And yeah, so I'm going to do 30 rounds. And I was going to do colourwork socks. Then I was going to do pattern socks. And now I think I'm just going to do vanilla socks, because my brain is that's just where my brain's at. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. So cast on the cuff. I want to have done the 30 rounds. I'd like to be through the heel, ready for the gusset stitches. Hello, Poppy. Hello. Come on then. Come and say hello. Hello. Come here then. Oh, pop star. Hello, Poppy. Hey? No, you don't want cuddles, do you? It's too hot for cuddles. Come on then. Yeah, I'd like to be through the heel. That would be nice, ready for the gusset stitches. So that's that project. And that is, I don't have many Christmas bags actually, but it's living in this enormous bag. The project's like down here, this tiny little blob, but it is living in this beautiful bobbin bag that I think I got in a D stash. It doesn't have a label, unfortunately, so I've absolutely no idea who it's by, but it is really beautiful. So that's one of those. And then the last Christmas ones I'm working on is in this fun little Christmas bag. I think this is by Amelia X Joy. She's on Etsy. And there's no label in it though, so I'm pretty sure this is Amelia X Joy. And in here I have cast on, again, I've got no labels because these are leftovers. And it was this lovely, it was a Zakami yarns, all right Pops. It was a Zakami yarn, sort of like this pinky peachy colourway. Come on then. Hey, come on. Come on. Oh, Poppy's on my lap. She's not really much of a lap cat. So it's quite nice that she's on my lap. Here she is. Hello, Poppy. Hello. Oh, she's purring so loudly. She never gets on my lap, and yet she decides to get on when I'm in the middle of filming a podcast. But I'm not going to turn her away. I'm not going to turn you away, am I? Pretty girl. Hey? I'm not going to turn you away. It's so lovely. Right, so I've got one hand on the cat. So it was this pretty pink Zakami yarn leftover, and this lovely olive green, which I think is a beehive yarn leftover from an advent I did with beehive, an advent from Beehive Yarns a few years ago. And I have cast on, made quite good progress on this one. You right, Pops? It's all right. There we go. Let's have some cuddles. Get your nose out of my project bag. No, you're not going in it. She likes to get in things. I've made quite good progress on this one. So there we go. I have cast on in 2.5mm needles, 64 stitches, and done 20 rounds of ribbing in the olive. I've done 30 rounds for the leg, and it's striping actually quite sort of nicely, this sort of pale pink, light pink. And I'm through the heel and through the gusset. So I actually want to finish these today. So I think I've done really well with those. I was only going to cast them on, and yeah, I've got through the heel already. So I want to get that one finished really for next week and cast on the second one. So that's, yeah, that was quite productive. And then once, I think I'm only going to have 2 Christmas pairs on at a time until when I cast off one of my other ones, and I'll cast on a new Christmas one. So that's my plan. So I've currently got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 works in progress for socks. Oh, my knees are bent. Right, so that's this week. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Please keep commenting. The person who won the bag in the last episode, you have commented on my last video, but I don't know if you watched it to the end because you haven't been in contact with me. So Mountain Pearl, if you've got this far, can you just watch the last episode at the end, and it tells you how to get in contact with me about the bag. I don't want to leave a message like in the comments on YouTube, because I know there's a lot of people can like, you know, people keep asking for stuff and everyone says don't do it through messaging on YouTube, or you could get spammed by someone trying to get your contact details and stuff like that. So Mountain Pearl, if you're watching this and you've got this far, please go back and watch the end of the last episode, because you did win the project bag from TK Can Make. And I would like to post it out to you. Right, yes, I think I've remembered to say everything. I hope you're having a good week. We're in for another warm spell this week, late 20s, so should be okay, manageable. But the late 20s are still too warm for me. But that's okay, winter's coming. I know it is. How are you getting on with your projects? So many of you are doing really well. Have you won anything yet? I know Crazy Sock Lady did do the first round of winners the other day. So let me know if you win anything. I didn't, but that's fine. I'm knitting because I enjoy it, and I'm just participating, yeah, just for the enjoyment really of knitting socks. Yes, so an emoji. If you've got this far, leave me, and I don't know if there's a seagull emoji. If there's not a seagull, just leave me a bird. Those pesky seagulls, what you didn't see on the video, which is quite disgusting, is that they were actually sick right in front of us, and then they proceeded to re-eat it. It's quite gross. I've got a daughter home. Right, I'm going to head off. Thanks for watching. Leave me a bird emoji, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.